Hey, Giggle Space Explorers. If you want to join more fun adventures and never miss a Giggle Space, hit that subscribe button now.
It was Sunday morning, and Tom, Mia, Joy, and Peter had decided to take a trip to the beach near their hometown. The family needed a break after a busy week, and the idea of a day in the sun sounded perfect. The beach was only a short drive away, and when they arrived, the sun was shining brightly. Mia squealed in excitement as she ran toward the water, her little feet splashing in the waves. Tom smiled, watching his sister with amusement. "Careful, Mia," Peter called out, setting up their umbrella on the sand. The family settled down, enjoying the warmth and peaceful sounds of the ocean. Tom sat down on the beach towel, letting the sand sift through his fingers as he stared out at the horizon. But as he gazed at the waves, he felt something strange, a sensation creeping over him, just like the one he'd experienced earlier in the week. The sky, which had been clear and blue, began to darken. Clouds gathered overhead, casting long shadows across the beach. The air grew heavy, thick with tension. Tom blinked, his mind foggy. He looked around, but the other beachgoers seemed unfazed by the sudden change. It was like the world had shifted again, leaving him alone in a strange reality. Suddenly, Mia's voice broke through the haze. "Tom, look, I found a seashell," she called, her voice pulling him back to the present. Tom shook his head and looked at her. "Yeah, that's a nice one, Mia." He forced a smile, but the unease lingered. Peter and Joy exchanged glances as they looked up at the darkening sky. "I think we should head home," Joy said, concern creeping into her voice. "The weather's turning bad." "Yeah, let's pack up," Peter agreed. As they gathered their things, the wind picked up and the first raindrops began to fall. Within minutes, the light drizzle turned into a heavy downpour. The beach emptied quickly as families hurried to their cars, but the rain was relentless, pounding down on them. "We're not going to make it home in this storm," Peter shouted over the noise of the rain. "Let's find somewhere to stay for the night." They hurried to a nearby hotel, soaking wet by the time they reached the lobby. The receptionist welcomed them with a sympathetic smile, and soon they had a room booked. After a quick dinner in the hotel restaurant, they all retired to their room. The storm outside raged on, the rain hammering against the windows. The family, tired from the day's events, quickly fell asleep in the same room. Tom lay awake for a while, listening to the storm, trying to shake the unsettling feeling that had been with him all day. It was late when something jolted him awake. He sat up in bed, his heart pounding. The room was dark, but the shadows seemed to move, flickering in the dim light of the storm outside. Tom strained to listen. There was a presence, something he couldn't see but could sense, something watching him. He tried to call out to his parents, but no sound came. His mouth moved, but his voice was gone. He reached out to shake Mia, but his hand froze midair, as if something was holding him back. His breath quickened as fear gripped him. He couldn't move, couldn't scream. The air in the room felt thick, suffocating. And then, in the corner of the room, he saw it, a shadowy figure, standing motionless, barely visible in the darkness. It wasn't a person, it was something else entirely. Tom's heart raced as the figure seemed to pulse with a strange energy. He stared, frozen, unable to look away. The figure didn't move, but its presence filled the room, pressing down on Tom with an intensity that made his skin crawl. And then, just as suddenly as it had appeared, the figure was gone. The room was silent, the air still. Tom gasped, finally able to breathe, his body trembling with fear. He lay back down, pulling the blanket up to his chin, his mind racing. What had he just seen? Was it real, or was it another hallucination? He didn't know, but one thing was certain. Whatever it was coming for him.
If you loved this adventure, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join the Giggle Space family for more fun and exciting stories.